Hello, my name is Zhatelier, welcome back for another episode of Shadow Empire. In previous episode we managed to capture a little bit more over here. We've already reached the river that I was hoping to reach. And, well, that was in this round, so we haven't seen what their reaction is going to be. But I think we're going to go immediately into the next round. We did manage to get at least a little bit better, well, we've got a bit more of the rail network now, so that will help. Oh, they are destroying some of the creatures in here. Our western enemy. We got the peace treaty with our minor region neighbors over here in the northeast now, so at least we don't need to worry about an invasion coming from there. On the other hand, Pruderland over here might invade us at some point. Oh, there's an attack. We lost a bit of infantry. We did stand firm though, and we destroyed another 40 tanks at least. Oh, we lost a bit of infantry over there as well. Might need to move in. Oh, there's another. Oh, wow. Oh, wait, we shot something down actually. We need to have a look at those battles. Oh, and oh wow, that's a lot of salamanders. It just got annihilated. I think we may need to replenish the transport contract as well on this round. We got 1,200 infantry, 70 tanks, 10 planes, and we lost 300 infantry. I think that's a fair trade. And we got the Cooper +3 now. And we got the armor core done. That's good. Let's have a look at... Oh, wow, there's a lot of decisions. Militia commemorative plaque. Yeah, I will go for that. Incident concerning safety regulations. I believe we do need to increase the government, so we are going to reverse the decision.
Yes, sir.
I know that it's not really going to make the person happy about it, but...
Yes.
I don't need to go for that. Apply science. We could probably reduce the discovery quite a bit. It'll go for like 25% and 75% now.
Copy that.
And now we need to design another model. Could go for a medium helicopter. Ooh, actually, I wonder if a medium helicopter as a transport would be good for air bridges. Don't know. On the other hand, what other things are we missing? Like, we've gotten a lot of the... Well, we got the new infantry. I think these ones are probably going to be kind of pointless, both of these, quite frankly. But the GIs are pretty good. Of course, if we were to upgrade the GIs even further, then we could get the extra recon in there. Another one could be perhaps upgrading the bikers to level 3, but we don't use those that much. Another one could be perhaps the Blitzer 3s. They're still pretty decent overall. I'm going to go with the higher quality on the extra artillery, or the new artillery. Same with the troop carrier. Actually go for regular and low priority there. We don't have a lot of those troop carriers at all anyway. And then the Roller 2s could be the higher quality air recon. We could probably... Well, we haven't really used the grasshoppers all that much other than for the transport of things. Anti-tank guns, we've got the bigger guns now, the 105mm guns with combat armor, so it makes them a little bit more resilient. Got the all-rounder 2s with a slightly heavier gun and more armor, so those are going to be quite effective in fighting, I think. We could maybe go for a bigger... or just upgrade it, flak guns, quite frankly. You know what, yeah, let's go for better flak guns. Pull up on the flak, and we could go for the 100mm super heavy air gun, although I think that might be a bit too heavy, perhaps. It would have an increased firepower, but it is double the cost. No, I'm going to keep it with the same in there. We can go for the combat armor at least.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
And I think they get some other bonuses already in, so it will still be better, not just massively better. Alright, operational size of the new things. I believe, actually, the assault infantry army is going to be quite good, because I've had a look at a bit of the things, so apparently the assault infantry is something that was, actually, we could see the stuff in the reports, but the assault infantry army has light tanks and infantry. So it's fairly cheap cannon fodder, but you know, it can make some breakthroughs on the enemy lines. So yeah, we'll operationalize that one. Worker striking Raptor, we are going to give it to some of their demands. Roaming things in Spokemania, you will have our full support. Aha, success. There's a bit of danger, but that's not too bad. They're offering to buy some industrial points again. But 1100 credit, you know what, that is quite a bit. At the same time, I believe we still need to increase our both enforcement and government. What's the other one? That is 600 industrial, but I guess what we're going to do is we're going to take this smaller one.
Affirmative.
I'm going to say no on the other one. Oh, that's the Odyssey anyway, so yeah, no, we're going to hold on to the points there. Right, so let's have a look at the battles that we had. I know that we had a few. There's one over here where they lost 40 tanks and 30 armored cars. We lost 200 infantry, just the regular infantry, nothing too fancy. Then they had an airstrike over here where we lost a bit of infantry. We did have our interceptors in there though. We just didn't manage to destroy anything. They had another attack there where we shot down 10 of their planes. Then there was the salamanders attacking in here where they got annihilated. Probably thanks to the artillery, at least partially. Then over here there was another attack where we hit... Oh right, that's the Dreamers. There's not a lot of the Dreamers actually available. Or remaining in that. There we go, we can... Oh, I can move this one in here. You can maybe get into the middle there, so we can slowly push the... Well, the animals in between our front lines there, hopefully. That's more recon units there, so let's drop them a bit more, or more motorcycles. So we'll drop them a few rounds of artillery to brighten their day. Well, we got 2 hits but no kills. Oh well. Oh, right, we might want to get a bit of a railway going up to Kuna, actually. We do have the rail station there, so it would be possible. Let's go ahead and build the rail up to there. And then if we were to just build up the railhead in here. So that's fairly cheap. It doesn't take a lot of workers either. So it should be enough in here. Yeah, there's a decent bit of extra population there, so that's fine. We might need to get a little bit more ammunition. Another 750. Over here there's the sea worms. Technically speaking, I guess what I could do is drop a few artillery rounds there at least. To maybe weaken them if we're lucky. Most likely we're not going to do much damage. Yeah, no, 2 hits, no kills. I could potentially move these forward. That gives me a little bit more of a sort of buffer zone in here. And then, are we ready to attack these? Well, first of all, can the heavy tanks attack there? No, the heavy tanks are not ready to attack anything. They've still got fairly low supply received. But it's slowly getting more, but it's just... Well, at least we got the railhead there. I suppose that will help. If we were to get a truck station in here, that might also be quite nice, especially with the oil over there. And then, you know, there could be potentially good locations for a bit of farmland in here and all that. Which, to be fair, Kazoo, I don't think it's got any... Yeah, no, it doesn't have any farmlands yet. I guess we might want to send in... Oh, right, we didn't send the colonists last round. I'm going to send 400 in here. I'm going to send 400 to Unsung.
Yes, sir. Roger that.
I'm going to send another 400 to Zhate. Those are kind of the ones that need the most right now. 1 round away from the heavy infantry, which may or may not be part of the name of the episode anyway. We've got pretty good amount of money right this moment. Civilization levels going up. Deep core mining is going to be done next round. Polymer armor is already about 1/3 of the way done, so that's good. We could potentially... Well, actually, I'm going to save up the rare metals right now. Let's have a look at the contract, actually. Still got 2 rounds left. If I was to extend that... it would be about 133 per round, so it still would lower the average. I'm going to add another 6 rounds. We kind of want to keep that transport route going as long as possible, so we can keep this zone alive for the time being. They've got a bit of... Is that... Okay, there's tanks, trucks... Armored cars, tanks. There's some infantry in here, but I don't think our artillery is good enough in here. Unfortunately, but we do need a bit of replacement troops, don't we? Yeah, we do. So we can send in the GIs. We will get 500 of those. Then we got a bit of extra armor. We got a bit of extra machine guns. I guess it was just regular infantry that we lost. So fair enough, I suppose. Can the all-rounders could actually attack either one of these? Now the question is, of course, are the all-rounders in a good enough shape? Ooh, what are the small pockets? Infantry get 40% on attack, mechanized forces get 30% on attack, infantry gets minus 30% on defense, morale growth plus 100%. Okay. Got some readiness in there, not necessarily massive amounts. And then we've got a fortress. Entrenchment, maximum entrenchment plus 70%, and overall defense plus 30%, action points and overall attack minus 70%, so those won't be doing too much. These tanks might still be doing something. I could actually send in some of the AA guns up here, so we got coverage on all of these troops right now. That'll probably work decently well. I guess one of the things that we did not do this round here is the range attack in here. Maybe we can have a few more rounds now that we got the road closer. And thus the resources might get a little bit closer as well. Well, there's quite a few hits. No kills though. But I suppose the enemy strength in there is fairly reduced, so if we just use up all the mercenaries and attack, we might, this time around, deal a bit more damage. Nope. I think the hits were roughly even, but we just didn't manage to do any actual damage there, which is a bit of a problem. This one could probably... Well, we could probably keep it there. I think there is the Dreamers in here somewhere. Now we can start moving along the coast here a bit further. We've got the road up to the hidden village, which is... I think somewhere around here we will probably have our... or another city somewhere. Don't know if we're going to move Elko into there or if we're just going to keep it part of somebody. It's a bit far away, so if we were to have a city, for example, right about there somewhere, then that would at least be within reach. We did get the truck station here now, already active, so that will at least help with the supplies, and yeah, it did help overall the supply throughput there. Guess the northeast is kind of stable. Don't think there's going to be too much problems. I'm going to move this one into the forest here just to provide a bit more cover for all of that area. Technically speaking, we could probably start building up a bit more road in here, but I guess we've got some of the constructions already still underway, so we don't really want to take too much of the industrial points away right now. I'm sure that we can soon enough start building a lot more industries in pretty much every city anyway, so that will help with getting the industrial production up. So that gets it off to the next round then. But yeah, now that we are close enough to the enemy airfields again, they are going to be doing some strikes there. Don't know how long range the troops have, or the planes have. But regardless, also our Ravens are at least within reach. And they are actively intercepting the enemy planes, so we might be able to deal a decent bit of damage for that. And you know, the amount of tanks that they lost in the recent rounds does mean that I don't think they'll have that much of a spare economy right now. Or maybe they do, they might have a lot stronger economy than I give them credit for. But thus far, not a lot of action in there. They moved something, I didn't pay attention, or we didn't quite see what it was. A lot of monsters in the sea as well. That's making me slightly worried. No losses, no kills. Aha, deep core mining. And the Flak 2 has been researched. Heavy armor army has been unlocked. Now that could be quite strong. No machines, I'm aware, but we did just complete the heavy industry, so next round onwards, we'll start getting some of that. Oh. Wait, no, that's the construction cost in there. So it produces 10 machines, and it takes 50 rares, 50 metal, and 200 energy, so the energy might be a little bit a problem. But of course, if need be... I mean, how much are we overproducing? We're losing about 100. I guess we don't need to keep it at 100% production. We can go for 50% production, for example, and it's still going to get us a decent bit of things, or a decent bit of machinery and all that. It's not going to reduce the amount of power that we have extra too much. That will probably be a nice compromise there. Incident at the library. Rather ugly incident. You should know about what happened, and there's more and more local youths with spending way too much time in the local book club. You know, we need soldiers, right? Not librarians, so I close it and enroll the youths with the militia forces. Populace of Zhate is angry with what they call my military's ways, and there might be... well, might well be some unrest. Yeah, we'll reverse the action, just in case. Foreign Affairs Council, I don't think we need to do changes there. Economic Council, oh right, so synthetic fuel would be okay for if we want to produce more fuel with just energy input. Power banks would allow us to stockpile a lot of energy, so that might not be too bad. Volcanic energy tapping would give us another energy source. I guess probably fairly good energy source, but it's limited places for it. I think we'll go for the power banks though. And then Model Design Council overview, so we got the better AA now. We could maybe... we've got a few options. Well, quite a few options, in fact. Maybe we should try designing the ultralight aircraft. We could go for the recon aircraft again. If we build upon the Grasshopper, we can see what we had there. So if we just keep it as a recon plane, what do we have? So we had the medium propeller engine. We could maybe go slightly heavier. I mean, that is quite a bit of an increase in the heaviness. Let's see, if we go for heavy propeller engine and small wingspan, keep it at 800 liters, we could make... How much is the... So that's 100 weight from the air-to-air weapons. Yeah, the weight is the same in each one of them, it's just the, how much ammo we're going to be using. Let's go for the high-speed, super heavy machine guns. No air-to-ground weapons. And if we keep it, let's see, if we put 250 kilograms weight, that would be 6 hexes range. It would have at least a little bit of stuff in there. It is viable. And the airspeed is kind of okay, not really the best. It would be, well, it would be shorter range, which means that we might not be able to use them as air bridge stuff necessarily to Unsung anymore. They could still be kind of useful for recon duties. And with the updated sensor and all that, it would be maybe good, but maybe... Let's try again. If we will go for the heavy engine, still the same wingspan and the same fuel tank, but no air-to-air weapons on ground weapons, I will go for the 250 kilogram. So it's still 6 hexes. It's not really that big of a difference in the speed either. Dropping the weapons, but I suppose it's better than nothing. But if we try one more time... Go with the medium propeller engine again. Keep the same fuel tank and everything, but we'll just go for the bigger cargo space. That's 7 hexes, okay. It's a bit slower. But no, we're gonna go with that one. I think the 7 hexes is still gonna be good enough for the air bridge. Abductions in Spike. I think we are gonna chase the slavers. So the average difficulty is 173. We'll get plus 155. Bonus in there. So I think we're going to succeed in that one. Yeah, 237 versus difficulty 206. That was pretty high difficulty. Ooh, there's a lot of population that died though. Alien natives of the mercs. Oh, I forgot to check what mercs we got from the previous. We didn't... Actually, we didn't buy the mercs, did we? I'm going to try increasing the government a bit further.
Yes, sir.
The Neria territory doesn't like that, but oh well. Ooh, there's a bit of a traffic going through the train, or through here already. I suppose there's quite a bit of a route to go to right now. And yeah, there's a lot of probably ammo going up here, which is not helping the situation. But did we get the... Okay, we did get the railhead, so next round onwards, we can get a lot more into Kuna. Which might help or might not help. Who knows? Try getting in there. Don't know what they've got in the north there. Probably not too heavy troops yet. Well, they've got troops. I guess it might be time to do another range attack in here. Maybe we'll get unlucky and get a kill. Or not. Well, we tried. I'm going to send in the recon down here just in case. I think that we saw some movement in there. And then if we want to get the road up to the mountain in here, I mean, we still don't have the workers in here in large enough numbers. I guess that's another thing that I could do. I could colonize again into all the 3 zones that need the workers right now. Or the ones that need desperately more workers. Actually, Gazoo Rapture doesn't need any more workers. Oh. I know that Sir Zhate does, though. So we'll send another 400 in there. There we go, that should help with some of that. Now that we've got the railway... Did we get the railway? No, we didn't build the railway going up there. We did build it up to here. So we got the railhead at the Dream Bar. And that's at least a bit closer to Sir Zhate. So, you know, overall the logistics are going to be slightly easier in there. Are we ready to do any attacks with the heavy tanks again? Probably could. You know what, let's just crush the enemies on our side of the river. We can send in... Is that... I think that is the medium tanks. I guess we could send in the light tanks as well. Provide a bit more firepower in this.
The cavalry. Mission successful.
Well, we killed 20 recon, 30 tanks, there's 50 total, and we didn't lose anything else. So I'd say that is a pretty decent trade overall. I wonder if I should move... No, I don't think I'm going to move anything in here, or anything else. We got a lot of the RPGs. We got the light tanks in there, which should still be pretty decent against the enemy tanks in total. I think next after that is we are probably going to try to push across the river. If we can take the road there, that might cause these to retreat. Or we can surround them and destroy them there. That's also a possibility. In the south, there's still a lot of the sea worms. Generally speaking, I guess I could do another range attack with both of these units. Who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. That was a lot of hits, but no kills. I don't think we want to necessarily use up the ammo over here right now, just to make sure that the logistics can recover from it. But now we got the heavy industry up. It hasn't started running yet, but it's going to be running next round. We did already reduce the efficiency to 50%, or production to 50%, so that will probably do. Let's have a quick look at the dashboard. So we did lose a lot of credits. No surprises there. We started researching the power banks and the grasshopper. Polymer armor is already 43%. And then let's see, lightweight alloys at 11%. So that is at least making the planes a bit lighter. But let's get to the next round. So we can finally get our machine production going. Okay, there's a bit of movement in the east. But are they making any attacks, I suppose, is the question. Nope, no fights. There we go, Grasshopper 2. Let's double check out the design a little bit. So that was in the air recon. So this got the range of 7. Actually, it is the same range. So what do we have? Recon 10? What was the old one? Recon 5? And that's a decent bit. I suppose we didn't increase the fuel consumption or anything else like that. But we did increase the amount of capacity that we can carry. And I suppose, are these... They shouldn't be all that expensive to produce, are they? No, there's the same production cost, but they are still better. Overall. That's actually quite nice. Have a look at the decisions. Instead of ambitious order... Ooh, wow, right, we got 7 machines already. That's going to allow us to build up a lot more things, including some factories. I think it's high time to build some more industry, quite frankly. But ambitious order, I guess... we could probably denounce the actions. Relations with that particular governor aren't all that great, but oh well. So now we've got a new design target that we need to figure out. Let's go make a medium helicopter that is going to be a transport. We'd go for maybe a... How about if we go for a very heavy rotor engine? And then go for like, I don't know, 3,000 liters fuel tank? We could maybe have a bit of air-to-air weapon. I don't think it needs any air-to-ground weapon. And cargo space, if we go for like, I don't know, 500? That'd be 6 exit range. So it is viable design. Doesn't have... well, it's about the same speed as what we had on the recon plane, so that's not too bad. And you know, that would allow us to get a pretty decent transport weight at least. For air bridges. And it doesn't have any minimum airbase levels, I don't think, either. So yeah, we'll go for that one. Ancient statue discovered. We can get 1,400 credits, or we can get 1 political point per round. I think we're going to clean up the statue. That's going to give us the government points, hopefully, to get the mission done. Minor worker strike in Zhate. We're going to give in some of their demands. We might need to do a bit of sales again, just to get a bit more money. Well, I suppose we can sell the industrial points. Walker, agitator in Unsung D. Investigate who is the agitator. Got quite high of difficulty, but... Or we're going to give in some of their demands. You know, we'll give it some of their demands. Protest against higher income tax in Spike. Area taxation. We can send the troops to end this protest. Or calm down the protest by talking to them. It's difficulty of 100. We've got about a 50-50 chance of doing that, so let's try it. Aha, we did win that. Unrest did still increase because it wasn't high enough success, but it was a success regardless. Protest against high tax income in Spokemania. We could try to calm them. Ooh, right, over here isn't going to be quite as good bonus. We're going to try to calm them regardless. Oh, we did succeed in that one. Still, unrest did go up. CEO has an emergency. Yes, we're going to help the corporation. And then they're offering to buy 908. Ooh, okay, that's a lot of industrial points. Not really a lot of money, but I suppose if you improve relations with them, the future extensions to the transport deal is going to be a little bit cheaper. Nice Unsung's worker needs. Still need another 1,000, as well as a lot of regular workers. So I'm just going to go ahead and colonize all. Maybe we'll send 300 colonists in here. And then we can send another 300 to Sir Jody. Especially since I know that we need a bit more rare metals. Which we're producing some in here. Producing 9 plus whatever we're getting in the other point, or other ruin. But the other ruin might not last all that long anymore. I still got 7,800. Okay, so it's gonna last for a while. But that is gonna give us a decent bit of rare metals, at least total. We do spend quite a bit overall, but I suppose that's gonna be alright. Have a quick look at the dashboard. So we are losing quite a bit of money, that's for sure. Our bank's already at 10%, Assault Infantry Army 27%. We started researching that quite recently, Polymer Armor 53%. So at least we started improving our research a lot, which is definitely helping us along with these wars. We can see that there's quite a stack of troops in here still. I mean, that is the Doom stack that we found earlier, and there's a lot of tanks there. How are our heavy tanks? They could potentially attack across there. If we send in the medium tanks as well, still got a pretty good chance of attacking. Let's see how much we're going to deal damage. Well, that's quite an explosive start, that's for sure. So that is... oh, we overrun the recon battalion completely, and we destroyed 40 tanks as well. Fair enough. So I'm guessing our metalheads especially over here... Oh, there's 20 already that are veterans. Yeah, fair enough. That's pretty decent. Then we're going to send the all-rounders up there. And we're going to bring in the AA guns a bit closer, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to send in a bit more infantry up there to help hold the ground at least a little bit. But that is... I don't think that is a city, actually. I think the city is further in here. But we've got some assets in here. We know about the airfield at least, but it's only level 1. So their planes must be quite lightweight. That does remind me, we should probably get a airfield in here. We could start with the small one. The air barrier, that's fairly cheap. That's good. So we've pushed across the river. We've got a river crossing, we've got the road there, and that's going to cut off these from, well, not necessarily completely from supply, but it is going to start reducing the supplies that they have. Is this one? There's a bit of tanks in here. They're not necessarily the latest design. And they got some troops in here. And a lot of troops in here. I mean, it's entirely possible that they will attack this stack now and will probably take some casualties. But, you know, that's kind of the point. Our all-rounder should be able to deal quite a bit of damage on the enemy. Oh, when I see there's someone trying to cut across here, are they? Right, you can't move in there. Move those in. I'm going to move one of the AA guns in here as well. And then, well, I don't necessarily have a lot of recon units in there right now. Move that one, like, I think they've gotten up to there. So we didn't have anyone in there, so yeah. I'm just going to keep it in here and slowly we'll recapture all of this. Hopefully that'll be worth it. Now that we've got the machinery, let's have a look. Spokomania did have a bit of extra population, right? Yeah, they do have a little bit. Let's go ahead and start constructing our industry in here. It costs us a lot of metal, not too much industrial points, and not that many machines, all things considered. It is going to require a bit more energy, but I think that'll be fine. I suppose another thing that we could do for mining is start getting this all demetallization facilities. Level 1 would be giving us a 40 rare metals, as well as a little bit of radioactives and metal in general. It would require 4 high-tech parts though, so it's not going to be cheap, but we might want to go for that one at some point. Also, another thing that we could do is get another solar panel field, but that is going to require quite a bit of rare earth metals, so we can't quite afford it right now. But let's get the industry underway here. That will already help quite a long way. Just going to double check the western front here. There's not too much. Oh, right. So there's the beast over here. They've also brought in something in here. I don't know what exactly that is. We don't have that enough, or quite enough of a recon for that. And in the northwestern front, we could maybe do another range attack. I mean, we can get some hits in these combats, but we don't seem to be making a lot of damage. And oh, well, never mind. We just destroyed one of the cavalry. Well, what does count as a cavalry, I guess. Send it in all the mercenaries again. Maybe this time around. Oh, we killed another one. We might take some losses as well. Okay, we didn't take losses. We destroyed another one of theirs, so we're slowly whittling down their troops. Clearly not fast enough, mind you, but it's still better than nothing. And then how's the situation in Unsung? It seems to be fairly stable. Don't know who exactly. I'm supposed they probably have a unit in there somewhere. There's also someone on the ocean here, but I can't do much about that one. Maybe planes, we could do something about it. We still got the air bridge going in there. I suppose, technically speaking, what I could do. How much would it cost us to replace? Oh, it doesn't allow us to replace it. Okay, hold on a minute. Maybe because it's got different... No, we didn't put any weapons in the new ones, did we? I don't know. Have a quick look at the replacement troops. Do we need any? We've got still some infantry and all that. I suppose we could put in for the recon air. Like, rebuild some of these. Just gonna double check if we wanted to upgrade the... or replace these. No, it doesn't give us the option. Maybe they need to be, like, at a city. Or no, I don't think they need to be at a city, but, you know, there's something... Maybe it's just a different sort of stats in the... or the different weapons and all that that make it something that it doesn't just want to replace. They've got a bit of tanks there. We've got still RPGs in here. They might be able to try to push through here, admittedly. If they do that, though, I think we can still deal a lot of damage on the enemy. We've got some anti-tank guns in here as well, so I don't think we're going to be in too much of problems in the point there. Let's take a quick look at the sales of things. So we could sell quite a bit of metal. I'm going to sell, I don't know, another 500? Get another 500 credits or so. Here the money fairly good. And the high-tech parts, there's 8 available. They are quite expensive. But I suppose if we were to get at least one of the demetallization into Spike... So we need 4 of these. Rather expensive. That still leaves us with about 2,000 though. And if we were to start constructing the building in here, so we're going to need 8 machines, but we can produce that quite easily. It is going to require a bit more energy, but if we can increase the amount of production of rare metals, then we're going to easily build a lot of solar fields, which is pretty cheap energy, without like any inputs directly. I mean, of course the construction cost is there, but yeah, we'll start building that one. But with that, I believe we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like or subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.